Well, there's only like two. Sorry.
All right, guys, welcome back to Remotely Wasted. We're here. We're gonna discuss our top five Heisman candidates, Player of the Week. Um, what else are
Coaches
we
on the
discussing?
hot seat.
Coaches on the hot seat, predictions for next week. Got a lot of things to talk about. We'll start with Player of the Week because that's what we were just talking about before we did a. Oh no, we didn't. We didn't. We
Man,
picked
no
two
fucking way
different
you picked
people.
somebody others. You picked
Yeah,
you picked
Player of the Week.
who'd you pick it?
I picked McMillan out of Arizona,
Yeah,
304
okay.
receiving yards,
It
four
was either
touchdowns.
this guy or that guy. It had to be. They both went fucking stupid. I mean, granted they both played kind of sorry teams, but
Yeah, absolutely.
if you want to start, I got him.
Yeah, he's I watched like the beginning of this game. Like I watched I think nine total games over this weekend. Like I was locked into college football this weekend. I kind
I
of fell
wish.
asleep towards the end of this,
I think
and
he
I
got
woke
like
up.
I want to say like 200 of this in like the second quarter.
Yeah, he broke the Arizona, I believe, receiving yards record.
Yeah,
Um,
in the game.
I think he's the best receiver in the country, no
Oh
doubt.
my God, yeah, he's fucking nuts. And then he's got Fafita throwing on the ball, who's ultimately probably going to be a Heisman finalist. I'm correct in my yeah, calculations. Um,
Yeah, or McMillan's just gonna get all the glory, like, and it
facts.
keep going this way.
The dude's fucking nuts. That's 10 receptions, 300 yards, and four touchdowns.
What a way to start the season! Like, this is the first game. Like,
Offense looks great. Defense not so much. So
yeah, defense is very, very questionable.
these
But New
Arizona
Mexico does
games,
have a very good offense, though. Um,
really?
their offensive coordinator is a big candidate for getting a OC job at a bigger school. We interviewed him last year
Okay,
before
good for
we
them.
we we settled in. So New Mexico does have a good offense. I will, but still, your Arizona
39
bigger.
points is a lot.
That's a lot of
That's
points.
more than like a lot of teams school like scored just in general. And you gave that up. They got lucky. They scored 61. Like this was like that's kind of a shootout. I mean, kind of.
It started out that way. Yeah, the Boise State guy, that was the other guy I was considering. I mean, he was six touchdowns is unheard of.
Six
Like
touchdowns, 267 on 20 carries.
13.4 averaging. Like that's insane. It's a first down every carry.
I mean, granted, I don't even know what team that is. What is that? Georgia Southern? Didn't
So
Georgia
yeah.
Southern beat Oklahoma State last year?
No, that was Alabama, like Southern Alabama.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Yeah, Southern Alabama.
Uh, let's see.
Yeah.
Yeah, that schedule's kind of ass. This I'd be sick if I was Georgia Southern. What the fuck is this? I mean, Nevada's not great. Trash. But yeah, Ole Miss on the road.
Uh
Marshall's good. James
James
Madison
Madison's
is
good.
like
South
really
Alabama's
good. No, it
good.
was South. Yeah, you're right. It was South Alabama. I recognize the logo.
Troy's not bad.
Bro, like Coastal
They're
Carolina
good.
and App State. What fucking conference is this? The Sun Belt?
Yeah. Yeah, Sunbelt's kind of, new and improved.
Why did they? Who made this schedule?
But I guess no, I guess last year they were terrible too. Yeah,
Texas
they were
State was really
good.
good last year. Marshall, I think, was decent. App
Yeah, they
State's
got
always
whooped by
good.
James Madison, Wisconsin.
Which kind of makes sense, I guess. They beat Coastal Carolina though.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll give them that. Coastal Carolina is a pretty solid school, but yeah,
Dude, that schedule sucks.
This Boise State dude was just running all over him. Boise State, I think they're going to be the group of five team that makes the playoff.
That'd be sweet. I love Boise State so much. And then they better match you guys up and they better run the Statue of Liberty on you. At
Hell
least
no.
once.
Bro, imagine a playoff game on that blue turf though.
Oh, that'd be annoying.
Insane. Well,
That fucking
you don't
field's
like
like on TV, it's kind of hard to see what the fuck's going on.
sometimes. I do like the field though.
But I couldn't imagine playing there. Like, it'd be weird.
I feel like it would be worse to play on it, than to watch it. You because you're
Yeah,
like
maybe.
things are blending in, especially there's blue uniforms.
Yeah. I like Boise State a lot. What's their schedule look like?
I feel like they got a favorable one. I haven't like fully looked at it.
We're on the
Oregon.
road. Ooh.
That's
All
a
right.
with Oregon just struggling.
If this dude is this dude, if he's him, and he comes out here and fucking puts it on Oregon like he did last, maybe not like last week, but like if he comes out Maybe like 115, 120, two
Two touchdowns.
touchdowns. New Ollie Gordon.
Do you think an upset is possible here? I think it is.
If Oregon played like they did last week, yes. I don't know what the rest of Boise State's offense looks like. Is their quarterback any good? I have no idea. Is the defense any good? Zero clue. But I'm all in on Boise State. Let's go.
I'm gonna say Oregon probably wins because they have a lot to fix, and I think.
And it's on the road. Like nobody really upsets Oregon in Oregon. It doesn't happen.
But if there was an upset that was gonna happen, I think this would be it. Like
I
this
hope
is the
so.
most upset worthy game going into next
I hope
week.
so because I don't like Oregon. I don't like to see them win. If they lose
I'm
this
torn
game, they're
on
done.
Oregon because Dylan Gabriel's there, so I'm rooting for him. But I hate Oregon at the same time, so
Yeah.
I'm just conflicted there. But yeah, that was a hell of a performance. We could go into our Heisman top five now. Who do you got at number five?
I didn't put mine in any particular order, but number one, I got a China. Like I said, no particular order, but I'll start with Travis Hunter.
He's my number
Uh,
five.
I mean, you could argue he's number one. Um, I feel like he could kind of fuck is where is
Stats.
yeah, but why is it the last game not up there? That's annoying.
Yeah,
Okay,
why
well they've
isn't
only
it?
played
God.
one game anyway, so he had one carry, 0 yards, receiving, 132
Receiving.
yards, three touchdowns.
Did you see
Uh,
that one where he was getting he was getting interfered with? He still brought it in.
yeah, that was nuts. Three tackles, all solo. Not really much to write home for in the cornerback department, but yeah, man, he played a lot of fucking snaps. So that man's on the field the entire game.
He's easily the best player in college football to me, like all around.
Yeah.
Imagine, he was a Florida State commit. Just
I was
imagine
I was just thinking that. Why would you say that? Oh my
like
God.
imagine if he was on the team. Like he could play
Honestly, I
quarterback probably the way he is.
facts. I think if he was on our team, he would not be playing both ways. I mean, now that we've lost fucking if we would have lost week one, he'd probably be out there both on both sides, but he'd probably be just playing fucking receiver right now. I don't know. There's no
There's
fucking point.
not enough good things I can say about Travis Hunter. I think he's a great athlete, great kid from everything I've seen.
Yeah.
Doesn't says he doesn't
He
like to
works hard.
party. Yeah,
I think what also helps him is like the media that Colorado gets, that Dion gets. I feel like it gives him like some bonus points potentially in like voting for when it comes to Heisman. Like at the end of the year, if
yeah,
he's in there, he might have like a little bit extra. He's playing both ways. He's playing like the majority of the game on offense and defense. If he stays healthy, um, that might just be enough to win it there. If he has just even like a solid season on both sides of the ball,
yeah. I
potentially.
think if he's solid on both sides, I think the biggest thing hurting him really is just Colorado as a team. Like if they're not a very good
Their
team, I could see
defense
that hurting them.
sucks.
Their defense is one of the worst defenses in all of college football, but
And
their offense is probably the best.
he only had 3 interceptions last year. Like I feel like he really needs to if you're playing that many snaps on defense, unless they're just not throwing the ball to
That
whoever
might
you're
be the
covering,
case.
which is potential. Like I mean, if that's the case, cool. You're locking the fucking that entire side of the field down. Or whoever you're covering, you're locking his shit up. Cool, but um yeah, I mean, if you're just getting a lot of like deflections, I mean, he only had what, five? Not a whole lot of tackles, so it's like he's just on the field, kind
Wait,
of
are these yards the yards allowed over there? If that's yards allowed, that's insane.
interception yards.
Oh, okay, never mind. That's not that big of a deal.
Passes defended, yeah, five.
Oh, so they're not throwing to him then.
I mean, even when he was at Jackson Stadium in seven,
So he's
not
got him on an island then.
yeah, I mean, it seems that way. I mean, if he's just locking the dudes up and they're just not getting looks, I mean, there's nothing he can do about that. But like, I feel like he's gotta you gotta move him around or something. Like, I don't know, dude. Figure out a way to get him to get some turnovers because the defense needs it. The defense sucks
Yeah.
again.
Offensively, he looked phenomenal. I think it's crazy because they got Jimmy Horn who's looking very good too. He almost had 200 yards. I'm curious just to see if Travis Hunter can continue to get the ball that many
Yeah.
times. Uh,
Colorado's only hope is to just outscore everybody they play. This is like it's like a fucking what team was doing this? I want to say the Chiefs, but the Chiefs have a good defense. Who the fuck was doing this? They had like sorry ass defense, but their offense was great.
USC last year.
Maybe I don't know. Nothing.
Uh,
It's not coming to my mind, but somebody was
OU,
doing
OU,
this.
OU all during the Lincoln Riley year. I mean, there's a lot of teams that are like that.
So I mean,
Um,
if anybody can do it, it's this team. That offense could be fucking insane. As long as the O line holds up, they could arguably outscore everybody, but you got to get a stop eventually, right?
yeah, exactly.
Fuck.
Number four, I we've already talked about it. McMillan is who I have at number four on my Heisman list. I was gonna maybe put Fafita on there, but I'm like, just based off the stats so far, we'll give it to McMillan. But they could
Yeah,
go either way between those guys.
for sure. Outside McMillan on my list, not one, two, or four, whatever. He's on there though.
Yeah, yeah, you're not in a particular order, but you got him
Yeah,
on there.
I don't know. It was kind of hard to decide. I feel like all five of these dudes had really good weeks.
Honestly,
Um,
I feel like there's like 15 guys at this
there's
point
a
that like
lot. It's really hard to decide, but
because narrowing it down to five seemed kind of hard, like silly at this
yeah.
point because it's so early. Three, I went with Dylan Gabriel. I know Oregon struggled, but he almost threw for 400 yards. He only like threw like six incompletions out of almost 50 passes or something like that.
The fact you're
Um,
throwing the ball that much and you're not blowing this team out is like a really big
I'm just trying to figure out what's going on with the team. Like,
49 passes. Like what the fuck? Like it just are they just doing little dink and dumps up the field the whole fucking way? Like, and then you're making some progress. You get a stop and then like turnover or you
yeah, I mean,
punt,
it says his long was 24, so he really wasn't
airing it out. His QBR is
airing.
only 56.2, which is kind of bad.
Yeah, that's kind of surprising.
Three sacks.
Yeah, that hurt
Oh,
his yards quite a bit too because of the sacks. He was taking quite a bit of sacks. The O line for Oregon is not looking good, but
good.
you know, Dylan always puts up very, very good stats. I expect him to continue to do that the whole season. He probably we'll just see how things play out. I don't know how long he'll be on my list if Oregon keeps playing bad, but almost 400 yards is a good start to the season, in my opinion.
400's a lot. That's a lot of yards.
But yeah,
I got Cam Ward.
he's my number one. Yeah.
I hate the fucking. I mean, have him on my list. Makes me sick. Um, 385 against Florida, three touchdowns, one interception, 33 rushing yards. He really didn't run the ball as much as I thought he would, but he didn't really need to. Defense kept him fucking in the game until he kind of. I don't even want to say until he got his rhythm. It seemed like he was in rhythm from the beginning. Um, when he couldn't get the passing, he was able to get a good little run going. He just seemed like so loose, like he didn't even give a fuck. He was just kind of like when
He
he
was
made his little
cool.
runs, he was just kind of like, and then kind of would just like kind of start angling to the line, and then just kind of like walk out of the fucking off the field. You're like, what the fuck is this guy doing? If I was somebody on the defense, I'm hitting his ass. Like your foot's still in the on the field. I'm laying him out. Like why would you just cocky out of that? Like somebody hit that man.
I will say out of everybody I watched this weekend, he's the one that gave me the most like Heisman vibes just
Facts.
based off one performance. Like he just has this cool
He got the
demeanor
swag.
to him. Like he got
He really does.
swag. He's just
Swaggy
like
P.
he's a great got a great arm. He didn't really make a whole lot of mistakes, had an
So
interception, but
annoying.
besides that, I think this guy's gonna be a huge problem. Like
He's so
I
talented.
I could see this just being the year of Cam Ward, you know what I mean? Where he's just the guy from the beginning and it just
Could
goes
be.
out the whole season. I don't I like a close Heisman race
Yeah.
personally. Like I like not knowing until like the night of.
I mean, last year was kind of like that. Like a
Last year
lot of
was close.
it was like, okay, it's either Jaden Daniels or like Michael Penix. Like it could go either way.
See, that's how I like it. At least there's a question. I hate it when it's
Yeah.
just like Stu dominated the whole year. It's
When
just like
Caleb Williams went
formality.
on one, I think
Yeah.
it was the same that way.
Yeah, it was just a formality at that point. Um, the other guy I had on the list, number two, was Jackson Dart.
Hey, me too.
Um,
It's so weird. Sometimes we're so like
then sometimes it's just like so like
we're like I
different.
don't want to say parallel because we're all opposites, but like we're like in tune with our picks. Jackson Dart's a fucking beast. I get it. You know, they didn't fucking play. They played Furman. I don't even know where the fuck that school is at, but he missed five passes, also had 400 yards, and also blew out the team he was playing, unlike Dylan Gabriel, and had five touchdowns. So didn't run the ball super well, but that he did exactly what you need him to do. That's exactly what you expect.
Yeah, I thought he played phenomenal. I think he's one of the most underrated guys this year. You don't hear a lot of people talking about him, and he's been good. I mean, last year wasn't like amazing. Yeah, he only threw 23 touchdowns, but I'm expecting that to be maybe 40 this year, like just based off the way Ole Miss is constructed this year.
Yeah, I don't see why not. I mean, but he's already got a fourth of that. Is that no? He's got a fifth, about a fifth.
Yeah.
That's one game. Like that's crazy. He's on pace
And
to like arguably double what he's got last year. Maybe
Lane
not in
Kiffin's an
yards,
offensive
but
genius, and now he's in that Lane Kiffin system, and he understands it now.
yeah, I mean, just let the man air it out. I'm looking for.
Where they
This
got
this
him
is
come
this is
from.
gonna be about the same,
Yep. Yep.
the same.
They got an easy
Oh
schedule.
my God, this man's gonna have 3,000 yards by week like six.
That's like
Uh,
he could
he's
throw
he's
for
gonna
40
lock up the
personally.
Heisman game before fucking you guys, he plays you guys. Like all the way up to LSU. If LSU is actually as bad as we potentially think they could be, South Carolina's probably ass. Uh, this man might win the Heisman before fucking like before he even plays you guys with like 5 games to go.
No, you know what's sad is like we'd probably be his Heisman moment. That's where he'd lock it up against us.
Oh, imagine you guys undefeated coming in here playing Jackson Dart and a man hangs like 450 and six touchdowns on you guys. You're like, ugh. Yeah, if he beats you guys, like if they're undefeated, roll in there and you guys have like one loss and he hangs the fucking number on you, it's over with. He's got it.
Yeah.
This is like
Uh,
that. This is the most Heisman handed schedule I've ever seen with this offense. This offense is gonna be stupid. Uh, yeah, Jackson Dart, one number one. He's got it. It's him and Cam Ward because Cam Ward's schedule is
yeah.
also fucking
It's a
free
very,
money. It's
very
free money.
favorable schedule.
Blowout, blowout,
Blowout,
blowout.
blowout. Maybe probably
We don't
maybe could go either
probably,
way.
but we don't know. Blowout. Louisville's probably gonna
Let's
be ass.
see.
Blowout, blowout, blowout. We'll see. Blowout,
Potential
blowout.
loss.
So there's like three games that are like even potential problems, and it's Georgia Tech, Virginia Tech, and Louisville. Well, depending on what the fuck we look like by the time we get there, which is at this point
Yeah.
blowout.
But at
But
this, yeah.
yeah, those it's Cam Ward and Jackson Dart, and I don't think there's gonna be anybody close based off just schedule alone and how potent their offenses look, which is kind of nuts.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good race. Coaches on the hot seat. You got anybody that's like really?
I still got Ryan Day on there.
He's my
I'm,
number five, and he's gonna stay there
I'm
until the
not taking
Michigan
him off.
game.
Yeah,
Because it's he if he they lose to Michigan, he's gone. There's no way he stays if they lose to Michigan.
facts.
Um,
Brian Kelly's obviously there.
I actually left him off, but he's getting very close to
What?
being on the
How?
list. I got Shane Beamer on there from South Carolina. He's just had a like
Valid.
disastrous one. I have Dabo
I also have Davo on
at
there,
number three. I think
and
he's
then
just
he did's cooked. He's so
get with the
cooked.
times.
Clemson's fucked. I got Billy Napier on there too.
He's my number one dude.
That's
Is
my last
the
one.
Jim Moore Jr. from UConn's another guy I had on the list. UConn's just not been good for a very long time.
It's fucking
Um,
UConn. They wouldn't care about basketball.
they've made well like back in the BCS era, they're playing for BCS bowl games. But Billy Napier, he's the guy I really wanted to focus in on because he is cooked. There's no way he keeps his job this
Bro,
season.
based off of their schedule, they could go 1-11. They are only projected to win against Sanford as above 50%. Oh my God, I can't. I'm retarded.
Low
Like
rider.
Florida. Yeah, like this is the only game they are above a 50% chance to win. Nuts.
They
If
need
they
that game bad at the
Dude, bro, imagine they lose this game. He's fired.
he's gonna be like Herm Edwards. They're just gonna fire him on the field. Like
Oh my! I still can't believe they did that. That was foul. That was
that was
wrong.
wrong. That was wrong.
They did him dirty. But yeah, they should. It's a home game too. If they lose, oh my! If they lose this game, they're going 0 and
Because
or
I think
fucking.
they lose to A&M based on how they played against Notre Dame.
Yep. I didn't see Mississippi State, but
They won like 55 to nothing or something. So
probably
they weren't looking
lost.
bad.
UCF
Probably a
pretty solid.
loss.
That's a loss. Tennessee on the
Uh,
road loss. We'll see what
Kentucky,
Kentucky's looking like.
maybe
Maybe they might have two wins. Georgia lost at
loss.
Texas, 100% loss.
Loss. LSU's probably a loss.
Probably
Could
definite
go either way, but
loss.
I think it's a loss.
And they could beat us. So they might have what one?
3 wins.
We said Kentucky, two, and then us. Maybe four with LSU, but they're not making a bowl
I
game.
might give them Mississippi State as well,
They
because
could
we don't really
potentially
know.
get five. They're not making a bowl game.
But Florida's a program. They're not looking for a 5-win season. They're looking for playoff contention.
SEC championship contention at the fucking least.
They're
They're
one
not
of the
even
biggest
close to
programs.
that.
I think they're one of the richest programs in the whole country.
He's done. He's cooked, bro. I mean, it's nothing he can do. This schedule's nuts.
I feel like there's just a problem going all the way to the top at Florida because this is the third straight coach they've struck out on.
They should
And
never have fired
Napier,
Dan Mullen.
Dan Mullen was not
They,
doing great though.
I'm
Um,
pretty sure they had like multiple like 10-win seasons with Dan Mullen.
they might have, but he just wasn't getting over that hump. And I think this might just be who Florida is right now. I don't know if they could do any better. I feel kind of bad for Napier because I feel like it's not all his fault. Um, no, it's just a rough time. Go down. I think I might have his record somewhere. Oh, there it is.
10
Florida
and
10 and
3,
3,
11 and
11 and
2.
2, and then just fell
I,
off a cliff. Yeah.
that's the one that did him in, but like they won the Peach Bowl, the Orange Bowl, lost the Cotton Bowl,
Yeah,
and
we
then
whooped their ass in the Cotton Bowl.
didn't make a bowl game. Like, okay, they may have one bad, I guess two bad years, but like that kind of evens out, right?
Yeah, I mean he started off very, very good. I don't know
I
what
would rather
happened
have
there.
this over what the fuck. You could have just got a bad quarterback, man. Like that, this happens, you know. Like you could pull a bad quarterback from recruiting. This because this was pre fucking NIL transfer portal.
Oh, this was Kyle Trask though, so he was okay. He wasn't great,
Yeah,
but he
and then they
wasn't
had that
bad.
motherfucker that went to prison for
Oh yeah,
stupid shit.
yeah. Yeah, probably stuff we can't say on here, but
Like that's just I feel like that's just unlucky, you know. You miss on a quarterback. Like fuck, I bad, you know. Like the dude looked good in high school. Like sorry, what the fuck am I supposed to do? So
yeah.
that could be what it is. I don't really remember Florida from this time. I don't remember shit to be honest, but
I don't really follow Florida that much.
I don't
You know,
I don't either. When we play him, that's when I follow him.
I don't really care about that. I'm gonna start, checking in on them more now that they're in our conference. I'm gonna pay attention
Yeah.
to them a little more, but I don't follow them. They just, especially under Napier, it's just getting really bad. You can't even open up a fucking water bottle in the press conference. Like, did you
He
see
really
that?
was.
He
He was
was
like
like,
struggling. Hey man,
uh,
I've had some of them water bottles.
nah, some of those are tough.
It'd have been funny if he was like couldn't get it and just fucking threw it. That's the
He
only
had a
thing you can do.
meltdown.
That's the only thing you can do is all right, carrying on. And then like next question. Like everybody would been like, okay, yeah, fuck that water bottle, right? Not him. And then he just gave up. Like
That would have been so much better than Brian Kelly's fake outburst. That would have been like an all-time classic. You
I
just
just
threw it.
stood up and like hit the wall with it, tried to fucking break it. And
No,
like
what if
we
it just bounced
bounces.
back and just
It'd be an ESPN not top 10 number one
it'd
for
be retired?
as long as the fucking Mark Sanchez butt fumble. God, that would be so fucking funny.
I feel bad for the guy really. Like I feel like he is
I
trying his
don't.
best recruiting
I don't.
wise. Like He's been a great recruiter, but apparently he's not good somewhere.
I hate Florida. They get everything they got coming to them.
I guess we could just look at some of the big games for next week. I
Yeah,
think at
yeah.
this
I'll go
point
to
is where we're at.
the schedule. I might have to go potty before we hop into this.
Okay.
Quick little potty break.
I'll entertain the audience. Um, and we'll take a look at maybe some of these Friday night games. I mean, we got looks like we got Indiana playing Western Illinois. That's going to be a really nice win for Indiana. I haven't really tapped into Indiana so far, this early in the season. They're not normally anything to write home about, but I think uh I think I've seen them have good defensive teams. So wouldn't be too surprised if they ended up being all right, decent. They're just one of those normal Big Ten teams, not good on defense. Looks like we got SMU at BYU. I think that'll be a great game. BYU's not too bad of a team. Really good young quarterback. SMU, they struggled a little against Nevada, but their last game, I can't remember exactly who they were playing, but they had a really good dominating game. Preston Stone at quarterback. So I expect SMU will probably walk away with the victory, but I think this is going to be a pretty close game, especially with BYU kind of showing signs last year that they could be good. So that one's almost like a coin flip for me. I think, most people would say SMU is going to win this pretty easily. I'd say it's like 55-45. Um, Duke at Northwestern. Northwestern's been playing on this nice little new temporary stadium. I kind of like the look of it. So we'll see how they do against Duke. I'm
Sorry
thinking
about that.
Duke's
I was
probably
going
going
for
to get the.
the world record in there.
I was
Got
uh
close.
I was just talking about the like those Friday games, just like filling the time. Have you seen that new stadium Northwestern's been playing in, like their temporary stadium?
No, but I seen like the little graphics for their new stadium they're getting like built. It looks fucking insane.
Yeah, their temporary stadium actually it's like it looks like a small high school stadium, but it's right next to the lake, so like it's really
Yeah.
cool.
Like
Yeah, their new stadium looks insane.
that new stadium's on like the same vibes as like Mercedes-Benz and like the one the Raiders just got built. Like
And they
Northwestern, like what the
suck. They suck.
Hey man, if I'm seeing that stadium, I'm like, I want to play there. Like I'm going to Northwestern, so
That'll probably get some recruits.
why I don't see why not. As long as the GPA eligibility thing's not like stupid high, maybe.
Yeah.
It's a huge opening first game of the day. This 11 o'clock time slot's
I hate 11 o'clock
kind
games
of
because like
decent.
I always get off just like right around the time it starts, so I usually miss something.
Yeah, I usually wake up like
But
right before this, and I'm like, I hate how so like loaded it is because it's like hard. Like, say there'll be like three games on. You're like, I want to watch all three. It's you like you'll we watching one mostly, and you're like, okay, I'm gonna check these other two commercial. Like,
they're all on
okay, I'll
commercial
flip.
at the same
Oh
time.
my fucking god, it drives me crazy. But this game on paper should be fucking good, but I think we both kind of think Texas is gonna blow them out.
I'm rooting for Michigan, I'll say that, but I think Texas wins.
Yeah, sure, because I think I don't know. Both of them are probably gonna lose games this year for sure.
Yeah, I would say so.
At
I
least
think this
one.
is who do you think has more at stake here?
Texas.
Probably Texas because they got a tougher schedule moving
I think they
forward.
got a better team. They got a tougher schedule. And Michigan get a pass if they lose. They just lost their coach and starting
And
quarterback to
they
the
won a
NFL. Like,
championship. They won a championship last year too, so
yeah,
it
they're
kind
all
of
right.
um
Um,
Arkansas Oklahoma
Arkansas,
State's a
yeah,
game that looks really interesting because
I agree.
Arkansas whooped ass that first week.
Facts. But that team is ass. So, and then
Oklahoma
Oklahoma
State
State
didn't
didn't
play good
look
either.
as good. Yeah,
Ollie
I
Gordon,
don't
no.
know.
Ollie Gordon, no. That's they're gonna be riding him all season long.
K State Tulane should be interesting.
I might
Tulane's,
tune into part of this because we play Tulane week 3.
yeah.
I like to see how they play against
I'm
Kansas
gonna
State.
watch this, and then I'm gonna watch this one, and then I'm gonna see what Georgia Tech's looking like. Are they like, because Syracuse is way better than the team they played the last week. Syracuse got Ohio State's quarterback from last year. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Kyle McCord, and he had a
Yeah.
very good first game.
I mean, if Georgia Tech comes in here looks good against this team. I mean, maybe Georgia Tech and Boston College are just that fucking good. Maybe
They're
we're
just
not that
undefeated at the end of
bad.
the year.
Maybe
They're just
we're not
ranked
that
one and
bad.
two.
Oh, that would be crazy. Anything is possible. Probably not though. That's the alcohol talking.
Let's
And
see
then
what if any of
denial.
these other ones look good.
Troy,
Not a lot of other
Troy,
good ones.
Troy, Memphis. Troy's solid. I mean, like most these are this is a bunch of teams most people don't watch, but I feel like there's little nuggets in here of like kind of like maybe not second, but like third and fourth tier teams that like have solid matchups that could be fun. It's
Yeah,
not gonna be, domination. Like these could go back and forth. They're entertaining for this time slot.
these smaller teams I think are important for us, particularly on this show, because we could reference like, okay, this good team played one of
Yeah.
these teams. How
Well,
do they play?
you're like you said, your team plays Tulane. We play Memphis right after our bye week. So like that's important to me. The Georgia Tech game's important to me to see how, we compare to what they're doing to other teams. K-State, they're ranked 17. Like they got a fairly doable schedule. They could be a potential playoff team. They have a good chance to win the Big 12 if their quarterback's as good as we think he could be. Army's always fun to watch. Like, I mean, yeah, there's some good games in here. I mean, on paper they don't look super great, but it's like good inclinations onto like what these teams are like actually gonna do.
It's like I'm sitting here like, damn, we're kind of pretty deep into college football because we're like really like looking at these small ass games like and really like this could have an implication on like
It really it
like
really
on
could.
us
It really could, and it really
like
give you an idea.
we're deep in the trenches here.
Facts. Just one game at 11:45. You might as well not even watch that one. That's not
Neither the
even worth your
Georgia one.
time. That could be your little break in between. And the wife's like, "Hey, I need you to mow the fucking grass. Do it during this one."
Utah
Uh,
Baylor might be good. I think that's an interesting matchup.
let's see. Yeah.
I think
Iowa
Utah
State
obviously
and
wins.
Iowa.
I'm gonna watch that one at that slot. I think that's the game I'm gonna watch that
Because
slot.
Iowa's offense looked. Cade McNamara was cooking last
He
week,
had three
but
touchdowns.
granted, it was some fucking sorry ass team. The defense got a shutout. So Iowa State's not normally just a pushover. Iowa State's a trap team through and through. It's a 2:30 game. It's a weird time. I wouldn't want to play at 2:30. They're at home, so they got the advantage. But
I'm rooting for Iowa. I want them to
yeah,
do
I
good.
like Iowa. Iowa's cool. They just never had an offense, so they're fucking boring. I mean, like if you like defense and like yeah,
If
cool.
they have an offense, that's what I mean. I hope they have an offense
If
this year. You know what I mean?
Please, this team would be unstoppable. Like you cannot score on this fucking team. Normally. Hopefully they have a Iowa since if they have an offense this year, hopefully they have a normal Iowa defense to go with it. This would be the year they have a good offense and a sorry defense. Watch. I'd be sick as just a casual Iowa fan, but this could be a good inclination to what Iowa's going to be doing this year. If they come in this game and just dominate Iowa State like they did last week, okay, we might have something here with Iowa.
Yeah.
Um, I'm excited. Um, South Carolina, Kentucky could be interesting.
I think that's a interesting game, especially, I just mentioned Beamer being on the my hot seat. I think this is a make or break year for him. So I think, he needs to start winning games.
Right, right.
Michigan State, I like Maryland as a good matchup. I think it's a solid matchup. Michigan State
Does
is, a
Maryland still
question
have
mark.
two? His brother? Is he
No,
still there?
remember he got denied his eligibility
Oh, no, I
because he
didn't
was
know
trying to
that.
come back.
Did not know that. You want to see our two number one and then probably number two Heisman contenders, fucking Ole Miss and Miami boat race, Middle Tennessee and Florida A&M. Tune into that and see
Yeah,
400 yards apiece get dropped, and
that'll
Cam
be
Ward
real
probably
real
has
interesting.
100 rushing yards. He probably got to take one to the house from like the 5 yard line on like a fucking read option or something. Nuts. Honestly, like it's not a lot of big matchups this week, but
It's a pretty quiet weekend, really, really. I mean,
yeah, it's kind of like some low key
unless
games.
it's some upset weekend, we just see some real big upsets.
Kansas, Illinois. If Illinois has a defense like last year, this could be interesting. But I don't know much. I know Kansas still has Jalen Daniels. I don't know what Illinois got going on.
Illinois had a decent game. They're more like it seems to me they're more moving more in like a throwing direction than running this year, which is kind of different for them. Kansas, Jalen Daniels looked good. The Neal, the running back,
That's
phenomenal
good for
player.
him.
Let's see what else we.
Kennesaw State, I think this was their first year in FBS.
Yeah,
So that could be cool. Louisiana has been really fucking good lately, last couple of years. So this could be a fun game. You're not really
yeah.
you're not really interested in most of these potential blowouts
There's
unless
nothing
I mean this one
really.
could be a blowout too, but Tennessee NC State, that's pretty much our primetime game.
Yeah, I'm gonna be watching OU because we play around the same time, so
Yeah,
I'll
I'll
miss
be
that
watching
one.
this one. App State, Clemson. This could be a game App State upsets Clemson in Death Valley. It's very possible with how Clemson looked last week, but they do have the defense to like carry them through this game. As long if they can just keep App State from scoring, Clemson will eventually find a way to score. Get a short field, a turnover in the red zone, something like that, or turnover in like the opposing team's red zone.
I wouldn't be surprised if App State won this game.
Oh,
Honestly, just looking
I'd
at it,
be
I would not
so
be
happy.
surprised.
I'll be kind of watching this one if it's available for me. Boise State, Oregon, I'm very interested in, but
That's a
I don't,
late, and it's on Peacock.
I don't know if I'll have that, but I'll be keeping an eye on it. Texas Tech, Washington State, interesting. But I mean, that's really it. This is kind of like a not super great week.
It looks like on paper it looks pretty boring, but we've seen weeks like this turn into big upset weekends that
Facts.
actually end up being really good. But on paper, yeah, it looks like not the Texas Michigan obviously is the biggest game of the week. That's where game day is going to be.
Honestly, I think the only teams that are potentially going to get upset, like, or even close to being
Oregon.
Oregon, Clemson, uh,
That might be it, honestly.
Kansas, if you consider that an upset. Hey man,
Yeah,
South Florida almost beat Alabama last year.
that is true.
But
That
that was
is
when they was
true.
like doing their quarterback controversy with Milrow starting in stride. They no fucking way.
Yeah, I don't see much in terms of upset potential this weekend.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. There's no way. Oh, and then
I guess
yeah,
Oklahoma
yeah,
State, if you want to consider that an upset.
yeah, sure, maybe K-State. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's actually a really good shot at an upset. Not probably not, but it could
I feel
happen
like this
because
is
it's
like a
at
decent
Tulane.
week for like sports betting. You can really kind of parlay a lot of these favorites. Like, yeah, the odds might not be super high, but like some of these are like almost guaranteed wins. Like at least with college football, you can like almost guarantee some games. Like this is gonna happen. The odds might not be super great, but you kind of
Mm,
stack a couple of these together to like
you could parlay some of the easy games, then throw that Oregon upset or something in there. Probably be
maybe
decent
do it.
playoff.
Shit, fuck it, I'll do it. I'll throw like $1 on it.
Or fuck it, just do a two game parlay. Clemson and Oregon both lose. Like,
Hey man,
see what
I called the
happens.
Alabama upset last year, so when they lost to LSU.
Yeah, yeah. The only one I can really feel like is gonna be an upset is Boise State, Oregon. That just Oregon coming off a really bad week.
Yeah.
Well, I guess Clemson too, but I feel like it's not
It wouldn't be as
as
big of an upset
crazy.
because Oregon's ranked in the top 10.
Yeah, and Clemson's already lost, so it's not quite as like the same impact. But
Oh my God. If Clemson loses, Jesus Christ, they're gonna be calling for his job.
yeah, Paul Feinbaum was on
I
first
fucking
take.
can't stand them motherfucker.
I like him a little bit now because he's a big SEC guy, so he's been on like
I
big
can't
big
stand them
OP.
motherfucker.
But
I'd
he
love
was
to kept walking to him into a dark alley. Oh, I'd at least try to whoop his ass. I don't shit, maybe he's that dude, but I'm doing my best.
he's the most SEC bias guy they have by like
A
a
country
country
mile.
mile. Yeah,
I
I
fucking
love how we
can't.
said the same.
I can't stand that motherfucker. He's garbage. He's a fucking
No,
idiot.
he's such a like I kind of like he's giving us props. I'm like, okay, cool. But
I've
the
never
SEC,
seen
the
such
S,
a big homer. Like, how do you? That's it's because it's fucking. He's on ESPN and they fucking love the SEC. Like, that's the only
I kind
reason.
of hate the SEC just a little bit. Still, even now that we're in them, I'm like, because like, bro, like they're so annoying. Like it's just like, are we? We're
I
not all
I
friends.
I can't stand the SEC. I'm just gonna like start rooting for the fucking Big Ten like exclusively because they're the only hope to beat the fucking SEC. Because I mean,
I'm rooting
uh,
for us.
or Big 12. I like the Big 12 a lot, but
I'll root for the ACC and the Big 12. Outside of us, but I'm not rooting for any other SEC teams. I'm not rooting for
damn.
the Big
Oh,
Ten.
maybe I'll root for SEC teams, just not Georgia, Florida, and Alabama.
I feel like there's
All the
another.
rest.
There another one that
Even the
kind of
fucking
is
Texas
annoying.
one, sure, sure. Like for me personally, I don't give a
Oh
fuck.
yeah, I hate Texas. That's
Yeah,
who I'm forgetting. Georgia, I'm just getting fatigued. I'm just like tired of it.
yeah.
Bama, I like them a little bit more. Like I like Milrow. Like I go up and down with Bama. You know what
I
I
feel
mean?
like
Like
Bama, like without Saban's not gonna be like as dominant. Like they're still gonna be good. They're still gonna hang around up there at the top, but it's not gonna be like Bama, 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 like how it is now with Georgia. Like they're just gonna
yeah,
trade it.
yeah. I want to get rid of Georgia, but it's not happening anytime soon.
Shit, maybe they get hit with some fucking investigation because they'd be doing all kinds of crazy shit.
Players getting arrested, DUIs, car wrecks.
Nobody getting suspended though. Hmm,
I don't like Kirby
convenient.
Smart. Like he's obviously a great coach, but
He's kind of
he's just
slimy.
annoying to
He's
me.
kind of slimy. I don't know.
He just seems like he's not a nice guy. You know what I mean? Like
Nah, really not. He don't really seem genuine.
he seems like just like a dickhead. Like I don't know. Like I wouldn't want to play for him. You know what I mean? Like
You just running your ass on the ground for fun. You're like,
yeah.
bro, I'm a fucking senior. Leave me alone.
'Cause there's certain guys you see him, you're like, oh, I'd play for that guy. Like if I played football, I'd go play for that guy. He's tough, but he's fair. You know what I mean? Like he's cool.
Bro, if
Like
I'm going to any team in the SEC, I'm going to play with Lane Kiffin. I'm going to Ole Miss.
that'd be pretty fun.
Ole Miss
Obviously,
just seems like a fun school to be at. Like, it seems like a fun party school. The women are bad as hell. Um,
facts.
it's warm. It ain't fucking cold. You're in the best conference. You got a funny coach.
Expectations aren't super high either. It's just
Yeah,
like
like okay, if we're even competing for the SEC championship, cool. We made the playoffs. We're gods. We win the championship. Just fucking crazy that they're gonna burn the school down. Um, yeah, Ole Miss will be fun as like a football like a good athlete.
that'd be a great school to go to. Just that looks like one of the more fun ones.
For sure.
Arizona State, I heard, is like one of the craziest party schools.
I'm not going.
Um,
If I'm a football player, I'm going to Arizona State.
I think
Seems sorry as hell.
they look pretty solid the first
Bro,
game.
you had the Heisman Trophy winner at your school, and y'all are trash.
That was stupid. I heard the players that were on Arizona State didn't even think he was good. Like when he left, they're just like, "See you, man."
Well, it's
I think
wild.
they like cleared his locker out, like did some petty shit like that, and then he won the Heisman.
I mean, to be fair, like he might not have been ready. Had a little bit of time in the oven. He needed to cook.
That's one thing we got to give Brian Kelly. I wouldn't say give him credit for, but he does have a Heisman Trophy winner at his
I,
school.
I mean, he was already there before he got there, right?
No, it was his first year when he came in.
He brought him in.
I think he got him out of the portal from Arizona State,
Hmm.
if I'm not mistaken.
I don't know.
Because
Smells like Coach O on him. Jaden Daniels smells like Coach O.
I don't know. Coach
I
O's
can smell Jaden Daniels. He smells like Coach O.
you know what Coach O smells
He
like.
smells like vagina because he was living in it. Coach O's
Yeah.
that dude. I like that guy. I wish he'd
Coach
come
O's
back.
hilarious.
I wonder what the fuck he's doing.
I heard he was like contemplating going to USC and then he didn't. So like as like a you know,
He's
like
probably just hanging
coordinator.
out.
I think he got a big ass buyout, so he's probably
He
just
did.
like
I think he got like 10.
fishing,
He got
like
like 10 minutes just playing golf.
yeah, golf, fishing, just
He'll come back when he runs out of money, and then somebody will hire him. We're gonna win a national championship.
he's a great coach. I really enjoyed I enjoyed watching his teams.
Yeah, Joe Burrow was that offense was stupid.
That might be the best college team of all time. Like he's very, very high up
I
there.
think it was probably the best offense of all time.
Yeah. I mean,
It's
that
it's
was
hard to
just
debate
loaded.
like team overall. Like it's
Well,
really
and
hard.
it's like that the game of football has changed so much. Like it used to be such a defensive game. So it's hard to compare like a super good team from like the 90s, early 2000s to now because it's just so offensive heavy.
The play calling is completely different. Like you put that LSU team against that Miami team in 01, like, and then some of the plays they'd be calling, they'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" Like you like teleported them in after like Miami wins the championship and like uh LSU, and you just like simulated them going in together. The players would be like, "What the fuck is this like formation?" Like they would be so lost.
It'd be confusing. Like obviously I think the newer teams would win probably almost every time
Probably, but
just because like there's
physically, the
more advancement.
physicality could be a little bit of an equalizer. Like
That is true. That is very
them
true
dudes
because
were fucking eating nails for breakfast.
they could be manhandling
They
the
got Vince
current.
Wilfork on the fucking defensive line. Like, who the fuck's blocking him?
Yeah, exactly. There ain't
Nobody.
they don't make players like him anymore.
Man was like 400 pounds.
He could
That
move too.
oh my God, Vince Wilfork was fucking so good. He was so annoying. I hated Vince Wilfork in
He's
the
one of my
NFL.
favorite Patriots of all time.
Yeah, I mean, so you guys lucked out. The man's a beast, and he played for fucking ever. Like he was just so durable. Like that dude was like never fucking just never just out for like extended periods of time. Just
Yeah, he was like our
played.
Tom Brady of the defense, basically.
Dude played forever. Locked that shit down. You was not running up the middle on that team. It's not happening. Now that team was I don't know, man. That team was so good. They got fucking the offense. You got Jeremy Shockey. Like
Kellen Winslow, didn't they have him on
I
Miami
think
that year?
think so. They got
Yeah.
that running back core was stacked.
Didn't they have Frank Gore? No, that wasn't Frank Gore, was it? Or was it? Nah, I don't think it was.
I don't think so.
It was they had a good running back though. I just can't remember who the fuck it was. Miami Hurricanes. It's like a
Okay.
top.
Somebody's listening to us.
Let's see
Maybe I don't want
who
fucking Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
I want
Let's see.
something really aesthetically pleasing to the eye.
Ken
Uh,
Dorsey went to the NFL. Clinton Portis, that's who it is. Clinton Portis and Frank Gore. No, it was Frank
Willis
Gore.
McGahee too. Fuck.
That's a hell of a running back. All three of
Clinton
those
Portis
guys.
had 1,200 yards. Oh my God. Yeah, Willis McGahee and Frank Gore as freshmen. And Frank Gore had 500 yards.
Andre Johnson, one of the best receivers of all
Oh
time.
my God.
Kellen Winslow,
Oh
good
my
tight
Jeremy
end.
Shockey. Oh my God.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
line wasn't nothing to write home about, but
Got the job done. Some D line guys made it
it's
through. Let's
Wolford,
see.
Jonathan Vilma.
Yeah, he was Antrell Roll was a really good corner.
Yeah.
Ed Reed for fuck's sake, like
That secondary is good.
nah.
You ain't running across that defense. You're getting fucking shit on.
Actually, I think this team would fuck up the LSU team. Really, really looking
This
at them.
team was so physical, but like I don't know, the weak spot, like quarterback. If you had a fast defensive line that can get to him, I don't think Ken Dorsey's standing a chance. line might be the weakness here. If they're matching
That
up
is
against a
true.
team with a better defensive line, like
Joe Burrow's not going to be able to throw as far against Ed Reed though. Like there's like he can't throw his direction.
but you got goddamn Jamar Chase. Who else they have? I'm forget. They had another receiver. Who is it? Who is it?
They had a he's a wasn't Jefferson? Was Justin Jefferson
What
and
was
Jamar
it?
Chase?
Oh my God, yeah, it was.
And that's two of the top five
Them
NFL
motherfuckers can't
receivers.
cover those dudes now. Do you think these dudes are covering them? No fucking shot.
I don't know, man. Ed
You
Reed,
put you just put them on each side and just send them on verts. You're
well, and
pulling you're
then
pulling the safeties Ed Reed's getting pulled. All you gotta do is beat the linebackers. Then they had guy who was a fucking the running back. He played for the Chiefs.
Clyde,
Clyde
Edward
Edwards-Helaire.
Helaire,
That man
yeah.
was cooking in college. I don't know what the fuck happened to him when he got to the NFL, but
Yeah, Randy
he's
Moss's son
trash.
was a pretty good tight end on that team too.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but he's pretty solid.
I think they'd give him a good run for their money. Might
I
not
think
be
it'd be close.
I don't think it'd be a blowout by any means, but it'd be close. And then like you gotta think LSU's defense has gotta stop fucking Willis McGahee, Frank Gore, and Clinton Portis. And then that's when Clinton Portis was in his fucking prime. Like,
True.
because they came out of here and went stupid in the NFL. And you got fucking Andre Johnson. That motherfucker's a beast.
That's what I'm
Beast.
saying. Like, and then like that
Jeremy Shockey was a goddamn grown ass man.
that two tight end set is crazy. And then you throw these running backs like
But LSU had solid linebackers recovering.
that is true. They'd be like that'd
This
be
is
one
this
of the
would be a
better
great
matchups.
this is a great matchup. Arguably the two best teams of all time. What do you think? I was thinking about this the other day. Like when somebody mentioned like best player of all time, they're talking about Tim Tebow, and then I was like, Johnny Manziel might be it for me.
For me, it's Tebow just like the consistency over his years there because you don't really get guys playing like 4 years anymore.
That Johnny Manziel season was nuts.
No, Johnny Manziel's like probably
Like
top
okay,
five.
fuck consistency. Take everybody's best year.
Cam Newton.
Yeah, okay, yeah, you're probably right.
But it's between for me it's Cam Newton, Tebow, Johnny Manziel, and Burrow would probably be
The top four
the
best players of
top
all time.
four. Yeah.
That's a nuts combo.
But also I feel like, we're kind of biased to like our era of football, you know what I mean? Because
I fuck with Cam Newton heavy. I like Cam Newton a lot. But everybody like it's almost Tim Tebow just has it locked at one for some fucking reason.
oh, Reggie Bush too though.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're biased against people like we don't think of people like pre 2000. I feel like
Shit, man, I didn't really start watching college football until see, I was born in '96, so
I didn't really
2000 I was 4. I didn't really start watching college football until like
I'd say like fourth
late
grade for
middle
me.
school, like early high school when I was like really locking in.
I like got
I mean,
interested in
honestly,
it
like,
in third,
because
fourth grade.
Florida State was dog shit for fucking ever. So I'm like, well, my team fucking sucks. So like, why the fuck am I gonna watch college football? College football sucks. My team sucks. We were so bad. Like I would watch it, but like I'm not like invested in it. So like, and even in when I started like actually locking into college football as a whole, like we were still not great.
Yeah, I guess mine's like a little different because like when I first started noticing it, we had Adrian Peterson and stuff. So like, that got me kind of into
That must
it.
be fucking nice.
But like I wouldn't say I like really, really cared probably until like I was in like the fourth, fifth grade. Like once we got Sam Bradford, that's when I really locked into it. And then I kind of got away from it a little bit in high school. I was more just NFL probably in high school
Yeah,
because
you were.
Patriots
I
and
feel like we
then
kind of like I almost just traded off because I was never really NFL over college football, but you switched and I just kind of
yeah, because at a certain point, like I was just like, I don't like NFL. Like it's just boring compared
it
to
is very
college.
boring to me like now. It's so consistent. You know what the fuck's gonna happen. There's never like hardly any like upsets. Like if it's gonna be an evenly matched game, okay, yeah, either team can win. But if it's like like the 20 fucking whatever Patriots against some other team, like they're blowing them out. It's not even gonna close. They're gonna go into this team's undefeated. Like this, they're not gonna win. It's
Yeah,
not gonna be
and
close.
I feel like the only time the NFL really shines for me is in the playoffs and then like the Super
Yeah,
Bowl. But like the regular season, I couldn't care less about it.
the
Like
draft is fun.
the draft's cool. Just like I feel like there's more at stake every single week in college. You know what I mean? Like every
Yeah,
single week is like
like in the NFL, you can lose. You can go fucking 500 and make the playoffs.
there's a team that went under 500, 7-9 Seahawks. Marshawn Lynch.
Crazy. And then you can still end up winning the Super Bowl. That shouldn't happen in college football. You lose one, maybe two games now. Back then, you lose one game, you're done. BCS era almost.
Yeah,
You almost have to go
couldn't lose.
undefeated. And unless a bunch of other teams are losing, you could maybe get away with losing one. And then 14 playoff, you still almost had to go undefeated. Depends on what everybody else is doing.
You could lose to a good team, and that
Yeah,
would be
good
about it.
team. And as long as you beat some good teams, had a better schedule than
Or
they,
like you remember, like you could lose a very early game. I feel like maybe if you lost week one and then just went
yeah.
undefeated, you'd probably be fine.
And then now, like, shit, you can
Maybe
get away
maybe
with
two,
two.
three. I would say
I,
three at max. I don't think you
I,
could lose more than three.
yeah, no, I seen this stat thing. It's like if you took the top 12 teams from like before now all the way back to like the first BCS era like year, um, I think there was a two loss team every year, and then I want to say a three loss team, or I feel like I mentioned this last week. At least either a three or a four loss team made it once, and it was Florida State.
Mm.
It was the only, it was either the only three or four loss team. I can't remember how high it went, but it was one of the two.
Because I think we could maybe get out with three losses with our
Yeah.
schedule.
But every year there was at least a two loss team, and at least I want to say a three loss team.
I feel like a three loss team though, like that's when you're really like it's like a coin
You're
flip. Like
preying on some shit to happen. Some teams will lose.
any like two, it depends on your schedule. Like
Yeah,
if you have a good schedule, two's fine. You're gonna get in no matter what, probably. But if you have
probably
like a bad schedule, you probably only get one. Yeah, probably only getting one on that scenario.
for sure.
But the conference championship thing makes it a little bit more interesting. Like Florida State could like theoretically still win the ACC. Probably not.
We got a 1% chance to make the playoff, just in general.
It's like obviously I don't think it's gonna
I think
happen,
for us to
but
make the playoff, like we need Miami to lose, not Miami, because Miami's not probably not losing any conference games. We need Clemson to just and everybody in the conference. We just need them to fucking just collapse and just be beating the shit out of each other. Like
yeah,
we
because
gotta,
you need two losses from everybody
yeah,
in the
we've lost
conference.
two
Yeah.
fucking conference games, which is the fuck are we doing? So yeah, we're probably not winning the conference. We gotta just hope we. Okay, if we win out, we beat Notre Dame on the road if they're undefeated. We beat Clemson. We beat an undefeated Miami. Like, okay, yeah, maybe. Sure.
I mean, I think at that point, if Miami's as good as we think they're gonna be, if Notre Dame's as good as we think they're gonna be, like
That'd
at
be
that
two
point,
top five teams that we've had wins against.
at that point,
That's a comeback, maybe.
you have to let them in at that point.
Put us at 12. We'll play number one. We'll play Georgia. Fuck it. Let's get our get back.
Rematch, bitch.
Shit, if Georgia's at two, move them up to number one for that fucking first game. Let's play them. Gotta get that get back. But yeah, I think that's
I think that's it.
pretty
Yeah.
much it. I touched on everything so far this week.
Yep. Yeah, we pretty much touched on everything. Let us know what your guys' predictions are going to be going into this next weekend. Not a whole lot of games, but let us know if you think there's going to be any upsets, who your Heisman top fives are, who would you have at Player of the Week, and we will catch y'all next week. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.